least give or take 30 seconds or so.
Well, they're going to charge in. Asus.Polar will break their smoke. FNG with a double damage on in the front lines. Bat Rider on his way over. There's the blink. Goes for Mag. DK Phobos comes in. Clap on 4. Now the split comes out. Flame Break kind of messes up F-God's positioning, but it's PR on the back foot. Mag going for J4. Gets a double kill as he brings down the Bat Rider and the Venge. Brewlings going in onto Seneko. Looks like he may be doomed as well. Now off the backside, Illidan with a Stone Gaze onto QW. He's out of mana, now getting charged, getting bashed around. Even the heal bomb from Dazzle doing some good damage. Dityara poked by the snake will make it out. And Seneko not going to be so lucky. Is behind here. Dityara coming on in. And there's going to be a Cheshire Cat as well. Stone Gaze utilized. They're going to get petrified. A lot of them. Illidan turns and says, hey, let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Space Cow charging on in. Meet me if I'm a cow. He comes in for the Cheshire Cat, but I think he might have bit off more than he can chew with this one. Down he goes. The Grave ends up on the Panda. Oh my, that's not what they were hoping for, but still the split yields a kill as they bring down the Storm Spirit. All things considered, not a bad trade for Asus.Polar. They charge from afar again. The Brew Split will be utilized. They find the kill. Now a lasso onto Mag, but where's the follow-up damage? Nowhere to be found. Dityara joins the party and will find the kill after a swap, but now Seneko isolated by the Brewlings and just no way to deal with it. Now Anti-Mage thrown up into Cyclone. Some more support joining the party. Lil as well as FNG coming down to make sure DK Phobos can make an exodus. And looks like they'll be all right for now. Shadow Demon with a disruption aggressively here. They want to go into Cheshire Cat. He's got no armor thanks to the weave. A few more auto attacks is all they need, and they'll find it. FNG even gets Grave to stay alive a bit longer. He will inevitably go down, but now Phobos manning up on Dityara. They saw him use the blink aggressively. He wants Lil. Does he bite off more than he can chew here? Hit by the clap. The poison gods. It's not enough.
It's okay. He has Aegis.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Still split pushing top while this is going on. Bat Rider uses his Flame Break, maybe a bit prematurely here. Trying to snatch the Aegis is going to be difficult without it. They will hop in though. Dityara goes forward. Anti-Mage snatches the Aegis. It's the Radiant that get the last hit though. Big mana break out on top of Illidan. But can they actually kill him? Grave flies through. Static Storm doing some work here. They trade Disruptor for Spirit Breaker. Illidan on the run. Anti-Mage in hot pursuit takes a poison touch. But I don't think it's going to be enough to keep Illidan alive. No, certainly not. Dityara blinking forward finds the kill. 2 for 2. Both supports on Power Rangers down, but they pick up 200 short, longer range. This is a very bold play from Asus.Polar. No obvious reason why they're going for the high ground now, other than they see PR pushing in side lanes. They're all grouped up. They had the lane control here, so why not force out the glyph? It seems like the right play. PR not prepared for this. They will TP back all of their resources, but they've already lost barracks. Illidan now caught inside of the lasso. They'll pull him into no man's land. Can he get off the Stone Gaze? No. Loses the mana, then gets silenced. Now Phobos comes in. BKB on. Gets the kill on Venge, but they do bring down Illidan in exchange. F-God in some trouble. Still alive for now. The bash is on QW, keeping him alive. Shadow Demon lives as he moves into the tree line. The Brew Split doing a lot of work. Unfortunately, puts that illusion up in the tornado, but a 2 for 2. Asus.Polar trying to make the retreat now. Lil will be left behind. No TP scroll, so definitely going down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, DK Phobos and Cheshire Cat going at it. Looks like Phobos could be in some trouble. The blink away, but Dityara will be here in hot pursuit. Phobos also lacking a TP scroll of his own. A barrel of laughs, and he hits him with a clap. Might try to turn on a Cheshire Cat. He finds it after a bash. Oh my!
Inside the enemy base, so they really need sentries or gem to get rid of this.
This is dire vision we're looking at right now. They know exactly what's going on. Allows Cheshire Cat to isolate DK Phobos straight away. Illidan isolated as well. QW goes right in on him. Phobos, oh, he's so low. He doesn't have enough mana for the split. Compliments of all that mana burn. Remember, he used the buyback in the last fight, so he is down for the count. 100 seconds without the Brewmaster or his split. Illidan, though, gets off a nice Stone Gaze, doing a lot of damage on the high ground. QW is still alive. Now Illidan's out of mana. The Aegis will go down. Grave onto Illidan. He'll live for now. They do get the kill on Dityara. He buys back, ready to get straight back into the fray. Now the Deuce is down. Again, no buyback on her. Lil glimpsed back, stunned up, brought down with all 5 dead. Asus.Polar, no choice but to call the GGs.
Man, they just control that AM so well. They control the Medusa so well with the AM, and in that last fight, I mean, the only thing the AM had to worry about was his own illusions. The disruption illusions was what ultimately killed him, and a few times in fights did a huge amount of damage, but with the buyback advantage, neither carry on the Ravens.
This is the hold they need to make. Luna again with the Aegis of the Immortal.
will feel pretty brave in the front lines. Dityara, what a use of the Manta as Mag hops in, gets silenced right away. They'll kill Mag before he can Doom. Now the F-God stuck inside of the Chrono. The Death Ward will find the kill. Illidan very low, a good RP to lock him down, but Phobos with a taunt on 3 as well. Off on the backside, Lil steals the Chrono, but locks Illidan in place in the fray. That'll be the end of the Aegis. Phobos finds a kill with the spins on the Witch Doctor. Now what can Illidan do as he comes back up? He held his ultimate that whole time. He's ready to fight. Dityara out of mana. They're both out of cooldowns though. 10 seconds until the Satanic comes back up. Dityara poking him with the arrow, says, "Get out of my base, son. This is my high ground." QW pushing him down. Dityara about to win the duel. He will be the manliest Gorgon we've seen this side of the Mississippi. As Ace
feels like we're getting that Dityara on the front line. Does have a buyback if he gets caught out.
Oh, RP on 2 to get things started. The Death Ward doing so much work here. Mag and Illidan skewered back into the base. Dityara is doomed. He's going to try to make a run for it, doing what damage he can on the way. Buyback from the Magnus as he was the first to fall as they trade it for the Rubik. Dityara standing his ground, almost wins the duel. Their barracks will get cleaned up. Buybacks coming aplenty. 3 have now been burned from PR. Cheshire Cat way deep out of the base. And he's just going to get dunked. The F-God will still live, and this go-around, not nearly as good for PR.
No, and they got the buybacks as well as the other big
Dityara,
doomed
in the mid.
This is a dieback. He's going to just keep on track with the Ags Doom. This is possibly a dead Dityara.
I think it may be, unless he can make it out. He's still scooting. Phobos has the Yules, and now the duration just resets. And this is where that damage output is ridiculous. Is that a stolen Death Ward? No, it's not. It's the Witch Doctor on the low ground, but it just tickles Phobos. A decent Chronosphere. Dityara is still alive. He just needs to get this Doom dispelled. If they can keep stunning up Mag, maybe he can make it away. Playing a little ring around the rosy here. Still can't use the ultimate. Mag will actually turn it around and find a kill. GG is called after that disastrous fight. PR just picked apart the Ags upgraded Doom, proving to be quite effective there in that last little skirmish.
Well, things are going to reset. The best of 5 now becomes a best of 3 with things tied 1 game apiece. Asus.Polar looked like they had game 1. They kind of got turned around on the back of a Dityara Antimage. This time around, though, they got the job,
but also a bit of a risk.
Yeah, and they're not going to actually get that much done. Like, Slark may not farm as well as he'd like to, but it's a Lycan aggro trial lane. The kill potential does come from the supports, and if Illidan plays it well, he can pounce dodge the stuns, and he can somewhat stay alive against this. He won't actually get the pounce on this one. He gets stunned up, and he flips back.
Now he pounces back towards the tree line. This is an awkward position for Power Rangers. Seneko in a little too deep. Frostfingers, can he find the kill? FNG gets the first blood as the fight continues to break out. J4 getting low, secures the kill on the Ancient Apparition, but the TP from Lil, well timed. They'll trade a 2-for-1 here in the mid. But they're looking for vengeance. Bat Rider comes cruising in. Nice reaction from Lil. Lifts Cheshire Cat before he can lasso. He'll live, but only because he's hasted. Now the Lycan comes cruising on in. Speaking of haste, going for FNG, but just can't bring him down quite yet. Team support is there. Dityara way too aggressive. Dives the tower, does end up going down. FNG walking on top of fire. Needs to be a little careful here. Phobos will end up going down. As Dityara comes back up, Mag trying to find the kill, but instead turns for the Venge. And does find that one instead.
The secondary carrying the troll. They've just got really nice synergy with the Magnus giving all these heroes empowering. Oh, they're going to find another kill.
Illidan says, "Hello there, sir. That's what I was looking for." He will get silenced from Static Storm Kinetic Field. And big skewer back from Phobos. Sets it up with the RP. Cheshire Cat just barely lives. They get the kill on Illidan, but it's going to come at a big cost right here. They also get the kill on the Ancient Apparition. Now QW on the run. Probably go down to the Magnus. Cheshire Cat throws out a lasso, but it'll cost him his life. It's a 2-for-5. It's PR.
So they keep throwing Ice Blast, so they're going to try to find a pick-off so they can dictate how play will go from here.
Yeah, they've got Illidan in the front lines. Misses the pounce on the Dityara. He'll just go ahead and channel the ulti as Illidan gets stunned up. The RP comes through, does a lot of damage. They get the kill on the Disruptor as well as the Venge. It'll cost them their Ancient Apparition, but Phobos making that trade well worth it. Illidan still pressing forward with his BK Beyond, now taking a lot of damage as it expires. Doesn't have his ultimate. It will be a 2-for-2 now as it's Asus.Polar on the back foot. Cheshire Cat helps secure the kill on the Magnus, and now the Troll doing what he can with the Whirling Axes, but the Tinker and the Lycan will just chase him down. Lil with nowhere to go, throws out a Fade Bolt. The gem hits the deck.
Well, Cheshire Cat walks into him.
Yeah, who's walking into who here? Lil's coming on in. BKB used by Cheshire Cat. Force Staff will keep him alive a little bit longer. Comes in. Slark with the ultimate on. Really wants to find these kills, but just can't quite do it. Now Illidan, stunned up by the Lycan, will start to make the retreat. Cheshire Cat comes back in, grabs DK Phobos. Illidan is the first one to go down. They get a kill on Phobos, and now the fight momentum goes right back the other way. It's PR with a big edge. Tinker will BOT forward onto the Lycan Wolves, blasts FNG with the Dagon, and does secure the kill.
Because their RP with Ice Blast and Power Troll can still wipe you.
Here we go. Cheshire Cat moves in, grabs FNG right away. RP on 3 heroes, a lot of damage. Disruptor goes down first. The Venge, the Lycan.
That's what I was saying. You don't push as if Slark's dead. You pretend he's alive, not because he has buyback, but because a double RP.
Yura cruising up to the high ground. Illidan, oh my gosh, huge damage on him before the fight even starts, but he gets off the BKB. They do a lot of damage to J4. That Magnus ult only connects on 1, and now Phobos lassoed out of the base. He'll go down. 1-for-1 trade, but not worth it for Asus.Polar. Now they lose their troll. Buyback situation, good but not great. Magnus doesn't have one. Troll burns his straight away. 4v4 on the field, but they've already used the glyph. Ranged barracks fall. What do PR commit for here?
No mag buyback. That's something maybe PR kind of scared that they exist, but they're going to get the melee racks as well. So both racks at bottom lane go down.
And FNG will actually end up falling. Tinker chases him down with a rocket. Illidan gets glimpsed back, pounces away, but takes a Dagon in the mix.
I think they're going to keep going here. They've put another lasso in. 18 second opportunities for this bat right to get into the blink lasso.
Yeah, they're not sure that Magnus doesn't have buyback, but he's already used his RP anyway. Does have refresher available. Still will be down for 30 seconds. In comes QW getting low as they jump all over him, but he's still alive. The Ghost Scepter doing so much work. Yura telekinesis, but will still live. QW somehow still alive. Illidan just trying to isolate him, but he will BOT out. No, he ends up dying to the Rubik. But a fast buyback from the Tinker. He'll get right back into the fray. BOTs into the Lycan Wolves. That's part of the power of the Tinker right there, how quickly he can get back into these fights. Slark will buy back. This is the last stand for Asus.Polar. They have to hold here, or they will get megaed. If Illidan goes down, it will be a dieback, and he'll have no options. Troll gets a laser to the face, and that'll be the dieback for him. Down for 2 minutes as their mid lane of barracks gets cleared out. They'll go ahead and use it, but PR, they're going straight for the structures. No glyph. They're just going to try to Zerg rush it. Staying spread out, not opening up for an easy RP. RP number 1 just on Yura. Swap from J4. Phobos used his BKB for this, but there's the refresher. Gets his BKB back. Throne exposed. Mag going in. Blinds Yura. He's got the cheese this time. Can he eat it, though? Skewer back towards the well. He eats the cheese. He's still alive, but so is the Throne. Yura will end up going down. Mag takes the Abyssal. Maybe they can actually hold here. Slark is still dead. Now buyback from the Lycan. He buys BOTs and will head right back to the party. Goes in on the Mag, finds the F-God, and FNG certain to fall. Phobos lassoed once more. BKB's used, and now it's looking like this exposed Throne may finally fall. There's the GG call, and PR will do it. 1 game away from taking first place now in the Esportal Invitational number 2.
These two teams still very even, but Power Rangers looking surprisingly strong here. This is, unlike I'd say the first 2 games, a game where they looked solid all around. This, like game 1, it felt like the jungle will PR
gets revealed. They see it. They've got a ward down. Cheshire Cat's there. It's a lasso. Illidan can't get in range for the Dark Pact, and Mag will survive the initial onslaught, but for how long? Yura comes in. He gets a dunk on the way out. Will still fall. Yura, oh my gosh, just melts under the pressure of the Slark. Double kill for Illidan and a 1-for-3 trade overall. Oh, not what PR had in mind. Being out of boot. So his damage output pretty damn scary. Can start playing that just kind of suicide role where he can just jump in if it means getting Poison Nova on 4 or 5 heroes. It's well worth his life. Oh, looking for a blink call. QW in some trouble. Slark fighting off to the side. We're going to stay the course, and well, QW is definitely down. On the other side of the fight, Slark just jumping all over the place. It's going to be a fast 2-for-0, but Yura now squaring up with him. Yura, is he going to win the man fight? He loses. Illidan barely still alive. Oh my Power Rangers, how far you've come to fall so hard. 4-for-0 on the anti-mage. Remember, he has no buyback. Whoa, there's the initiation onto QW. Yura comes in, does get hit by the Poison Nova. Mag's here as well. Yura can't die, but he gets turned into a piggy. He's dead. Double kill for Slark. Buyback onto the Zeus, but they just seem to have no way to stop Illidan at this point. Ultra kill, even with the refresher on Zeus. This is over.
Time. Power Rangers out of options without an anti-mage buyback. It ties things up 2 games apiece. Asus.Polar, they came very close last Esportal Invitational, and they're looking to do so what they couldn't in the first here against Power Rangers. And well, now it comes down to one last game, the decider.
From best of 5 to best of 3, now to best of 1. Does one in enemy jungle, making sure he doesn't get pressured too hard. Up in the top lane, Dityara going in onto FNG. This could be your first blood. Oh boy, a 2v1 lane. And Dityara, the one to find the kill, will maybe end up being a 1-for-1. Mag, can he get the auto attack? Oh no! He opts forward, has the slow on Dityara, but it's since expired. Void does have the movement speed advantage though. Dityara eats the tree. Was one more attack enough? It is. A close call. Given that the mech's already been picked up, if he doesn't get Yules, I think it may be the blink that he tries once more. He will walk a little too far forward here. No points in the ultimate, no hope for a double pop. And yeah, there's even going to be a bruise split committed for this. They'll hit him with the boulder, an easy kill there. Now the Chen, isolated by the Cyclone. And yeah, nowhere for Seneko to go. He might be on a mount, might have the brown boots, but they're going to put the pony to sleep as the rider goes down. The only one without a buyback available cooldown-wise. Shadow Fiend does not have the gold right now. He went all in on the MKB. Oh, Cheshire Cat, the one target that can't buy back. He's going to be the first one to get picked off. That's 80 seconds with Adam, but a huge dunk. Does a lot of damage to Illidan around the backside. Mag pressing forward. That's going to be a chrono on 2. But can he actually find the kills here? Rubik brings down the Earthshaker after the big dunk, just zoning out PR so he can make those kills happen. F-God comes charging in, takes some damage from the Requiem. Illidan needs to die soon if he's going to do it. That will proc the Aegis. Now Mag getting low, but does make it to the high ground. Phobos back in Panda form. Illidan needs to do some damage here. Mag will just barely TP out. Troll Warlord gets the kill on Dityara. Now they'll turn it in. Whirling Axis flying through. QW, he's up against the ropes. He's going to get sent back. Oh, what a setback from the Chen. He'll pay for it with his life as Phobos brings him down with the crits. Illidan, BKB, TP. Not that Dityara could have done much about it anyhow, but look at the mid lane. Tier 4 QW even used the Requiem for that. Whoa, Cheshire Cat, he jumps out of the base. He goes for FNG. J4 comes in with the dunk. Can they even kill the Lich, though? He's still alive. The Ghost Scepter saves him. Oh, my. Now the Beastmaster falls. QW isolated. Going man mode against the Brewlings. He might actually win this battle. Lil comes in just to try to draw some of the fire, but it doesn't even matter. Creeps push in for the win, and it is Asus.Polar that take it. What a match to end this series with. What a slugfest in general. Asus.Polar, after the last invitational, suffering that very unfortunate defeat against Empire. They were up